Okay, so this is Sanderson Field building replacement project. On the 24th of July, we had 12 bids, which
Wow.
ties us for our record, actually, of number of bids received on any project, so that was cool.
Wow.
You can see them all there. It's a lot of numbers to look at. The engineer's estimate was $10 million, and that includes all 8 alternate bid items. The parent low bidder is Mountain Construction. They're out of Lakewood, Washington, so pretty local. The number 2 bidder there was Osborne Construction, and then the number 3 was Pease. So yeah, you can see if you add, well, the base bid on the low bidder was a little low, almost 5.6 million. And then the bid from Mountain Construction, the low bidder for the base bid plus all of the alternates was almost $6.6 million, 6.594895. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Wendy.
And we have a printout of that too, right?
Yep.
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 So this is hard for you to see and read, I understand, but you have a printout in front of you, and even that's a little tough because it's a big building on a small piece of paper.
Yeah.
But what this is basically showing is this is the floor plan of the building, and most of the alternate bid items are shown on here. 3 of them are not shown, and I'll go over those in a second. But basically, what we've done is highlighted in green items that are either part of the base bid or alternates that Port staff is recommending we award on. So that includes alternate number 1, which is a 2-hour rated firewall that separates Unit A from Unit B.
Yep.
So that's,
Okay.
yeah. And then that, as well as fire rated doors in that wall.
What's this?
So the idea there is if in the event we can't have the building filled by one tenant, we could, the building's designed such that we could divide it into as many as 3 suites. Right now, Port staff believes that the best thing to do would be to just build one of those 2 fire rated walls. So that would be bid item, alternate item number 1, and go ahead and pass on item number 2. And we're kind of making the assumption that we could get one tenant to fill at least 2/3 of the building, 20,000 square feet roughly. Bid item 3 then, alternate bid item 3 would be building a large biparting door, which is up there on the top left, when he's pointing to. The base bid includes the one down the center suite, which is suite B there, and that's the one that will have the big bridge cranes in it. So that one's a must have. And then alternate number 4 would be doing a large biparting door in suite C. That's the one that would be the north 1/3 of the building, basically. And then alternate number 5, which we're also not recommending at this time, would be building 2 more restrooms for Unit C, since Unit B and C are basically going to be combined in this scenario. And then not shown on here, bid item number 6, which actually, if we go to the next slide, we can look at that on a kind of a spreadsheet. But bid item 6 would basically be putting 2.6 inches of rigid insulation on the entire exterior structure of the building. Alternate number 7 there is demolishing an old World War II vintage foundation that's along the highway. That's low priority and not super important at the moment, and we're not really recommending awarding on that one, partly because of Oyster Fest possibly needing to park folks there, so if in the event the fire camp remains through the beginning of October, which is an unknown at this point, but we're kind of assuming the worst and that will continue until then. And then bid item 8 would be, and we are recommending we award on this, would be crushing the large mountain of concrete rubble that's at the former fairground site now, as well as all the concrete that will be added to it when we demo the slab that exists under the burned down structure. And then in the event we award it on number 7, it would also, crush that concrete also. So if you go to the next slide, you'll see the same exact slide.
Before you leave that one,
Okay.
item number 6,
Mhm.
or alternate, what is 2.6 rigid insulation, what does that mean?
So 2.6 inches of rigid polyiso foam board insulation that would cover the entire building. And that would just make the building more usable for a wider variety of uses and make it more comfortable, frankly. It's not something that we have to do, but we think that the price is really reasonable, especially considering the overall cost of the project. So the low bid amount on that was $300,892.
Okay,
And that would allow us to meet current energy code, for insulation of the structure.
okay,
So it just makes it a nicer building.
okay.
And we didn't plan on any, because we don't know who the user's gonna be, we didn't plan on any office type section.
Mhm.
So this also kind of takes that into consideration, that someone can wall off an area and it can all of a sudden be an office space, or they could use that third bay if they were taking,
Okay.
all three.
So is
Yeah.
it included or not included in the bid?
If you go to the next slide, you'll see which ones we're recommending
Okay.
visually.
Okay,
Sorry.
before we get
There
there,
you
There
go.
you go.
So the green ones there?
okay, before we get there, one other question.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
On item number 7, the concrete foundation, is that the one down here?
Yeah.
Between Kapowson and 101?
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
okay,
And I don't recall, I mean, it's a pretty good sized foundation, and
Yeah.
it's really old, hard concrete, so, Port staff considered doing that demo ourselves, and we realized how long that would actually take us, especially with this one small dump truck we have hauling all that concrete and stuff. It
Okay.
didn't make a lot of sense for us to take it on, so the, Mountain Construction's bid item, their cost for that bid item is $27,250, so it's not a huge expense. If we want to do it, we can do it. But like I say, our current plan B for parking for Oyster Fest is that whole area, so there could be
Yeah,
a conflict
yeah,
there.
yeah.
We could, if we do want to award on that, we could just ask the contractor to delay that portion of the work until Oyster Fest is over.
There's really no need to.
It's been there,
demolish
it's
that.
been there since 1942, and it's not really
Yeah.
hurting anyone.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
and what exists within it or underneath it, we don't know. So
Yeah.
I think the idea of this was, we're gonna end up with, we already have a mountain of concrete, we're gonna end up with more. Maybe just put that in, see what happens, if it's cheap enough, we'll just throw it in there, but it wasn't really,
Okay.
it's just kind of an extra.
Yeah,
So yeah, bid item number 8 there would be bringing in a large mobile crusher and, busting up the concrete into small enough hunks you could feed the crusher with, removing all the steel, reinforcing bar and whatnot, having that all recycled off-site, be the contractors, they would make the proceeds from that, so that's kind of built into that bid item. And then they would crush it down to 4-inch minus, which would then be a usable product for, road base material, things like that. Where
Would we keep it?
Yeah, we would
Okay,
keep it,
okay.
we could sell it, use it. So, so go ahead and go to the next slide, Wendy.
Okay.
And Dale, are you hearing all this okay?
I'm hearing it fine. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
great.
Awesome. So these are some photos from Mountain Construction's website. Like I say, they're from Lakewood, Washington. This is a couple pictures from Northwest Steel and Pipe in Tacoma that they did this building. It's 305,000 square feet almost.
Wow.
Nice structure.
Yeah, it's huge.
Much bigger
Yeah.
than.
10 times bigger than the building we want them to build.
Yep, so it's totally, within their capabilities to do what we're asking them to do, which is great. And by the way, Tavani Hart checked the references of Mountain Construction, and they got really great reviews from all 3 of the different companies you're about to see pictures from, including this one. Good. Ahead and go to the next one, Wendy. This is Cardinal Glass. They're in Tumwater. It's a 152,000 square foot building that Mountain Construction built. And then finally, a little one here in Shelton, Taylor
Aw.
Shellfish. They did a 22,000 square foot warehouse kind of production shellfish. I don't know, it's got a lot of plumbing in it, certainly.
Looks like it.
Um,
And
so-
Taylor said they liked them and.
Yeah, Taylor gave them great reviews too. Also, Material Testing Company is the company that's going to be doing all the testing on this project for us. We're working with them directly on that. They also gave them a good review as well. They've worked with them on many projects. So
Super.
it sounds like Mountain is excited about it and is looking forward to hearing from us. And I've been kind of dragging my feet until we had an official answer to them
Right.
from the Port Commission. So if you go to the next slide, Wendy, you will see kind of a summary of Mountain's bid at the top, including all bid items. We highlighted in blue the ones we are recommending we award on. On the right there, you'll see their total bid, including all bid items, as well as the total for the ones we recommend awarding on. And below that is the same information again. And then on the right, you'll see how much money we save by not awarding on alternates 2, 4, 5, and 7. So about $360,000. So the port staff is recommending we award to Mountain Construction in the amount of $6,235,526.00, which includes the base bid and alternates 1, 3, 6, and 8.
And I was just gonna add in, for the good of the order, April 2021 was when we had our fire, so over 4 years ago, took out the 30,000-ish square foot building. The steps it took to get to this stage right here were many. I'm just gonna give kind of highlights of what they were, but we had the cleanup after the fire, immediate cleanup, reinstating all the power that was
Took a long
lost,
time.
insurance negotiations
Had to.
ongoing, development of bid plans and specs, advertisement, and this is like a super fast timeline because all these drug on. The bid award itself, the reference checks, staff acceptance and recommendations, and here we are to commission award. So we're just super pleased that the bids came in this low compared to the estimate. And we're excited to get going, and they're excited, and so, yeah, we're just asking for a motion to award.
Any idea when they could start or what their timeline could be?
Well, so the contract allows 14 months from notice to proceed.
Oh,
Which
okay.
to me seems really aggressive just based on how long it takes everyone to build buildings.
Yeah.
You know, many of our tenants have said, oh yeah, we'll have it up in less than a year, and then
Yeah.
a year and a half later, they're not quite done yet.
Right.
But these guys think they can do it. They have a track record, obviously. So yeah, 14 months. I'm not sure how soon we're going to notice to proceed, and of course, there's always the potential for material delays and things. that
Yeah.
could, weather, whatever could, add a little bit of time. But yeah,
What about permitting?
We already have.
we have all the permits in
We do?
hand. Yeah.
Okay.
So that helps
There-
immensely.
There are some deferred submittal items, so basically when you go out to bid for something like this, we base it on a particular building manufacturer as well as a particular crane manufacturer, and those are like the basis of bid, but we do allow other alternates, and the same thing with those large biparting doors. So we provided a basis for all those different things, but bidders are allowed to bid on other systems, other manufacturers, and there's an official list of allowable alternate manufacturers. So Mountain Construction, they're actually using a different building manufacturer than we in our basis of bid, as well as a different crane manufacturer, but they've both been vetted, and so we're fine with that. So Varco Pruden is actually the building manufacturer. Spec Door is it's a Canadian company. They are the approved door manufacturer that we're going with. And I'm forgetting the name of the crane company right now, but I can find that for you if you're interested as well. But they're all legit, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good known names.
And I think it's also, Tricia and Wendy could speak to this better than I, but I think it's important to know that there will be very little cash out of the port's funds directly, and most of this is being covered by insurance as well as a curb funding package. So.
Yep, yeah, I think we even have a little bit of cushion if we need it, which what always
always
happens
do.
with it.
Well, it always happens, yeah.
So, yeah.
And
no,
insurance, those negotiations are finished?
They are finished, they
Yeah.
were waiting for our signed contract.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as we sign the
Okay.
contract, we'll submit that to them for the building replacement. We've received a big majority of what was almost $1 million worth of lost rent amounts. And so, yeah, we've received that already, and we've already received, you recall, 2.9 million, I think-ish, of the fire insurance funds already. So it's just the remainder the building. Agreed to 5.7 million minus the 2.9, so.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I don't know anything about construction, but is it possible that these other options we could add at a later date at our own time or gig, or, I mean, would we think about that maybe we would want to put it into thirds, and can we run this, doing those things if we needed to down the road?
So
They're not like
that's a great question. So
It's not like it's a one-time stab.
So as far as the third door, the alternate number 4, that large biparting door, the base bid includes installing the track for one of those. It includes framing for
Okay.
one. It
Perfect.
includes running the conduit for all
Yeah.
the electrical to
Yeah.
feed it. So it would be really easy to add
Yeah.
another door later if we
Great.
want to. As far as the restroom, same thing, where we would run the plumbing to it.
Right, great,
Yes, all the step outs
Great.
would be there, so adding it in would be
Yeah.
easy.
great. I hate to just have that option and think, dang, I wish we'd have taken that. You know, at
Yeah.
the time we could have, but
And it
as
is-
long as you're setting it up for it down the future, that's all
Yeah.
we ask, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and we've struggled a bit with which alternates to award on when we don't know for certain who the tenant's going
Yeah,
to be. It's
exactly.
tough.
It's really
And-
tough.
And also, we all believe that this building ought to have at least one little office in it in order to have a warm place, and,
Right.
the drawing table to pull out the
Right,
plan set
right,
before you
right.
go fabbing something, but
Yeah,
until we know what someone wants or where they want it or how big or how they want it laid out, you hate to build that and have them not be happy with it or tear
Right.
it out and redo
or
it.
tear it out, yeah.
So,
Those seem like things we can add at a later
Once
date.
that third wall
Yeah.
is in, or any of those interior walls are in,
mhm.
how difficult is it to take them out if somewhere along the line, somebody comes along and wants the whole
I
building?
want it all
Yeah,
free.
it's easy. It's easy to take it out because it's non-bearing wall. It's just,
Okay.
it's just a
Oh.
partition
It's
wall.
just a firewall.
But
And there's
even if one
access
tenant
to-
took the whole building,
Yeah.
our feeling is having one wall there is probably nice because for one thing, walls have outlets on them and things.
Yeah,
You can hang
right.
stuff on the wall, you can mount things to
Right.
it. But
You know,
also,
punch a door.
but also if you
Yeah.
wanted 1/3 of the building to be like a clean space where you're doing your precision
Okay.
stuff,
yeah.
your precision instruments, and then the rest of the building could be kind of the dirtier space, and you could have positive airflow that keeps that scunge out of the clean area.
Yeah.
There are benefits to having that wall there.
Okay.
Is
But
there any heating or anything in there?
It's
No?
not really. No, it's
Okay.
basically an unheated.
Okay.
Just freeze protection, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much the extent of it at this point. But putting that insulation gives us the ability to heat it.
Okay.
It would be really hard to not insulate it now and later decide we want
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Because you would never be able to meet building code without tearing off all the siding and the roofing, and
And starting from scratch.
extremely
Plus,
expensive.
we are adding that
Yeah,
insulation. Yeah, that sweating.
yeah, so the base bid only included like, kind of like a vinyl backed, I think it's vinyl backed insulation in the ceiling to prevent condensation, but it had nothing in the walls. I think this will just make it a much nicer building.
Okay.
And 300,000 compared to, 6.6 million, it's a
Yeah.
pretty small
Yeah,
percentage that we're talking about. So-
right. You ready for a motion?
I'm ready
Mr.
for a
Taylor?
motion.
All right. I move to approve the bid and award the contract for the replacement building to Mountain Construction out of Lakewood, Washington, for their base bid plus alternate bid items number 1, 3, 6, and 8, for a grand total of $6,235,526.
Is there a second?
And I second the motion.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the bid and award the contract for the replacement building to Mountain Construction for their base bid plus alternate bid items 1, 3, 6, and 8 for a grand total of $6,235,526. Any further discussion?
Sounds great to me. I appreciate the
Great, yeah.
drawings and the stuff to look
Yeah,
at.
thank you, it was good.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Say
Aye.
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 The motion is approved.
Congratulations on all you guys
Thank
did.
you.
Congratulations on your hard
Ton,
work.
ton,
on
ton of
getting
work.
this through.
I love the visuals,
And
that's
I'm
so
glad
good to
to
me.
see it.
Me too.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Me too.
Seems
you
like it's
believe
been
it?
forever, yeah.
We have a awarded contractor. Woo-hoo!
And underestimate, that's what,
Yeah,
that's what's amazing
it's
in
fantastic.
this day and age, yeah, wow.
Great stuff.
Okay, thank you all.